Hey folks, Fernando doing a video for the More Survivalist, and stick around for this video. You definitely want to hear what I have to say because you're going to be going through this situation very soon. How to quarantine 10 things you want to know. The dog is barking right now because people are clapping in appreciation for the folks that are working in hospitals and in the front line with this thing. So that's why the dog is barking right now. Yeah, it's serious, guys. It's no joke, and hopefully you've been preparing all along. Hopefully you're not rushing to buy lots of the things that people are desperate right now for. Folks that didn't have enough food, but also folks that were into survival and preparedness, and they have a pile of those guns. They didn't have enough of these, protection equipment, or these, or the masks. Or the latex gloves, all of these supplies, they just didn't have enough of it. They're going to the stores right now. It's all sold out. There's nothing. I mean, for weeks I've been posting links to some of this stuff in Amazon, and we'll get to that in a second. But there's just no more time. I mean, very little time left. If you can get some of these things and such, sure. But it's kind of where we are right now. So let's get to it. Oh, before I go on, keep in mind my Instagram, Furfel308. If you want to follow me there, I try to keep posting stuff, some interesting things or things that come to mind. I'll leave the link with a few of the others there below in the comment section. I'll pin my comment with those links and a couple others. Number one, understand why you need to quarantine, what the deal is. Basically, you have people that are sick without even knowing it. They're going about their lives and they're spreading the disease. And 2 weeks from now, they're going to be realizing that they're sick with coronavirus, and they've been going about their lives 2 weeks spreading it and catching and other people catching it. There's no way of stopping this unless everyone stays home. If not, this goes on forever. It's not just that it goes on forever. We'll get to that in a second as well, but it spreads super fast. It is impossible to stop, and in just a handful of days you have thousands and thousands of sick people, and 2 weeks from now you'll have a lot of them in hospitals dying, and you will have no way of coping with that. Doesn't matter if you're China, doesn't matter if you're Italy, doesn't matter if you're in the United States. You will not have enough beds and enough respirators, equipment, ventilators. You will not have none of that for the amount of people that will go down with it. So the thing is this: everyone stays home. A couple of weeks from now, okay, 2 weeks, those folks that got infected in the first day of the quarantine, or the day before they started the quarantine, 2 weeks from now, they're going to be showing symptoms. You're still going to be staying home. With a little bit of luck, 40% of 80% of those people will get through it with just a little bit of fever and a little else. Now, it's going to be taking about 2 weeks to go through the disease. I actually know someone going through the disease right now, and it sucks. It's like a very strong flu, basically. So it's going to be 2 more weeks until you either recover from it, which is your most likely chance, or you end up in the hospital, or you end up dying. Basically, that's it. So now we're talking about a month has gone by. Now, let's suppose everything went well, but you got sick and you recovered. Now you need a couple more weeks until you're not contagious anymore with that disease. That's why, at the very minimum, at the very least, this does not make any sense. This will not work at all unless you give it a month and a half minimum a month and a half before you break the quarantine. If not, it was pointless. If not, you will have people that are still sick, spreading the disease, going about their lives, and everything goes back to the same old thing. That's why at least month and a half, probably 2 months, okay? Make that calculation, make that estimation. But you have to be responsible about these things. Number two, follow the indications. And I'm talking here about, if you're ordered to shelter in place, go along with it. This is not a tyrannical government telling you something crazy. This is a global pandemic killing people in ways we haven't seen before in modern history. And it is, yes, that's exactly what I said, because if you don't understand what's happening, the way this is peaking as fast as it is, you just don't have enough information, or you're blinded by ignorance, willful or not, or otherwise. But it is one of the worst pandemics we've seen in modern times. It's Spanish flu, in a time where it spreads with an ease that it was nowhere near to what you had in 1918. It is something else, and the amount of people that you have is something else as well. There's not a lot of great news, but if you follow those indications, understand that it's not that cop is telling me if I can go out for a walk or not. No, if everyone doesn't follow, if not everyone follows those indications, then it's pointless. Then what's the point of a quarantine if a bunch of people do whatever the hell they want? You're basically screwing over those that are making the effort of staying home, bored, making that effort for everyone to be safer, including yourself, but also the rest of the people around you. You're pissing on those folks that are trying to do things right. Same with the travel bans. I'm going to be going to quarantine to my second home in the beach. No, that's not the way it works, because if you are sick and you go to somewhere else that there's not a spread of the pandemic in that little town, wherever that may be, or that location, then you're taking the infection to that place, and the moment you go shopping, the moment you go buying your groceries or whatever could happen, you're spreading the disease as well. Quarantine is sheltering in place. You're staying wherever it is you are, and you deal with that. Not, I'm going to be going here and there and doing whatever the hell I want. Number 3, personal protection equipment, which we've been talking about all along. If you don't have any, man, it kind of sucks. I'll check online if there's anything left in Amazon. I'll leave the link there below for you guys to get. There's really nothing left. There's not a whole lot left. But if you've been preparing, you probably have a gas mask. This is what you should be using right now. This is an S10. Keep in mind that not everything is the same. If you have some old World War II gas mask, it's old as hell and it's all rotten and the filter is poisonous by now or whatever. Not that this is a decent gas mask. This is actually quite good. This is an S10. With a 40 millimeter NATO filter. This is pretty good. This is the kind of thing you should be using right now. If not, you have those respirators that we've talked about so many times, the 3Ms. If not, you can improvise some. This is stuff that I've shown how to do in some of the previous videos with a coffee filter. You just fold it a couple times with a rubber band. This is a lot better than nothing. One of the questions I'm getting the most on Instagram it's just that, hey, Fernando, which filters work? What kind of respirator do I need? N95 is what the CDC says. That's what you should be getting at least. If not, of course, a proper gas mask is your best pal. It's covering your entire face and it has a much better filter. But the N95 thing is what is mostly being recommended. N95 because it filters 95% of the particles. If it's an N99, that's even better because it filters 99%. And N100, even better. But anything is better than nothing. Even covering your face with a couple pieces of cloth is better than nothing. A couple of these coffee filters put together is a lot better than nothing. If you fold it right, you have a good seal in your face. It's not an N95, it's definitely not a gas mask, but it's a lot better than nothing. And in terms of following the protocol for this kind of thing, you have to cover your face as much as possible, but also your eyes. If you're wearing this type of respirator, use your safety goggles. You basically want to cover as much. This is from my book Street Survival Skills, by the way, which I'll leave the link there as well below. But you basically want to go out like that, having your face covered as much as possible, your respirator, your eyewear, and long sleeve shirt covering your body as much as you can, and your protective gloves. Either your latex gloves, the disposable gloves, you take that off as soon as you're back home and you throw the clothes in the washer and clean those. So yeah, by the way, another very common question that I get a lot is how you make your own hand sanitizer. Do I use this oil? Or there's a lot of misinformation floating around, so be very careful with that. The only approved way of making viable homemade hand sanitizer is using 60% of pure alcohol. That's the only way. That's what the CDC says. That's the industrial standard. At least 60%. So you put 2/3 of alcohol, 1/3 of aloe vera gel. You can use it also something like hair gel. I've done that in the past in a previous pandemic, and it worked quite well with the H1N1 flu, and back when it hit, I was still in Buenos Aires, and I did my own hand sanitizer that way. Worked pretty well. You can do that as well. Another question that I get a whole lot is, what about using vodka? Well, if you're going to be using vodka or whiskey, there's actually a study that I researched, that I looked into, that says neither one of these is good enough, because neither one of these has that limit of 60% of alcohol. Vodka is going to be like 39-40% alcohol. It's not enough. But of the two, for whatever reason, a study showed that whiskey has a little bit better of disinfecting properties. So use whiskey instead if that's what you're going to be stuck with. But you need to have a proper protocol for when you go out buying groceries, drugstore, whatever it is that you need. You put your gloves on, you take those off, then you take the rest of your equipment off, you clean it with disinfectant, you put your clothes in the dryer. Number 4, take your shoes off when you're back home. A lot of people don't do that. For me, it's common sense. That's what we've been doing in my family forever. But a lot of people don't think about that. They just walk around the house with the shoes from the street. Leave those shoes outside. Have the house as clean as possible. Number 5, social distance. There's a reason for that. These are all layers of protection. Your face mask, or the one that I use, which is the GSR with the latest generation of gas mask. Whatever it is that you're using, you're working on this in different layers. One of those layers, one of the more important ones, is social distancing. When you're sheltering in place, you're just keeping away from people. When you have to go somewhere, do something, stay away. Stay 2-3 meters, like 12 feet, whatever it is. Stay as far from other people as possible. That is one of the best ways of avoiding getting not only sick, but avoiding getting your clothes contaminated, your hair, your gear. You want to keep a good distance from one another. Number 6, order whatever it is that you need online right now. For those folks that have ordered my book, for those that haven't, get it while you still can. For those of you that haven't bought your respirator, I'll see if there's anything left. I'll put the link, but get it right now if you still can, because time is running out. There's very little time left. I don't think there's much more. I have my rifle there with the aim point. I was thinking about getting an aim point, but no, it's so expensive, this and that. Tomorrow may be a little bit too late. Tomorrow they will not ship you your aim point from Sweden, or wherever the hell it is made. Get your things, get your stuff before Amazon makes even more changes. Amazon has already changed, and this is what I was mentioning in the book. They've made changes already on how they ship stuff. It's taking a little bit longer. They are going to be sticking mostly to essential material for their warehouse. They're not taking anything else from other sellers in their warehouses until I think it's April 5th, I believe it is. But you just don't know how things are going to be evolving from now on. And if it gets to a point that they have to limit or restrict shipping, you may be out of luck. If you wanted to buy your vitamins, I'll leave links for that as well. We just took for granted for so long you just could go online with your cell phone. I'll buy this book, I'll buy this gas mask, I'll buy this. And we don't understand that may not be either as reliable as it was before, or it may not be an option at all. They just say no. Amazon is supposed to hire 100,000 people for their shipping and such. But at the same time, what we're seeing is that they're restricting a lot of the stuff they're shipping and the way they're handling this. So it is as unpredictable as it's ever been. All right. So whatever it is that you definitely think you need, get it right now. That's my point with this. So number 7, if you are sick, stay put, stay in your house. Couple days more from now, there's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do in a hospital. If you're sick, treat yourself with a paracetamol, not ibuprofen, because that has had bad reactions. But rest, lots of liquid, take these so as to control fever. Keep in mind that fever is doing a job as well, so don't take it constantly. But as it's getting too high, it could be dangerous for you. So take some medications, has to control a little bit. But 80% chance you'll be just fine. 20% chance you'll have to go to a hospital, and that is where it's getting ugly, because they're already making decisions of who they're saving or who they're not saving. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if it's Italy, doesn't matter if it's China, doesn't matter if it's the United States. They will have to make the decision of, we're treating this guy because he has a chance. We're not going to be treating this other guy because his chances are just too low to be worth the bed, the respirator, the whatever thing, equipment they're using on you, when there's someone else that actually has a chance. There's going to be just too much sick people. There's already this situation going on in many places, okay? So stay put, treat yourself. Bit of luck, you'll be okay. Number 8, have a routine. As you stick to this quarantine thing, it kind of gets boring, it kind of gets a little bit depressing. Check out the news, but don't spend a lot of time with that, because it's not going to be doing you any good. You're not going to be changing anything. But get up. You get dressed, shave, especially now that you're going to be using a gas mask if you're lucky and you have one, if you have to go out and such. If you're working from home, have a routine for that. Have a routine in terms of meals, time with the family, the kids, all that stuff. Number 9, work out. Part of your routine, do a little bit of exercise. Of course, it helps if you have a yard, a garden, all that stuff is going to be making this a whole lot better. If you are out in the country, even better, you have more room to go out and walk and such. If you're stuck in an apartment, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Do the best with what you have. If you have a elliptic train. I have an elliptic trainer. You cannot go out for a run. You use your elliptic trainer, you use your treadmill, your stationary bicycle, or just doing a little bit of exercise with whatever equipment you have in your house. But do something, because it does help. It improves your mood, improves your immune system, and you need to move if you're going to be staying home all day long. Number 10, stay positive in spite of all this, because it's kind of depressing. Guys, the situation is what it is. It's going to be 70% of the people in this planet getting sick. It's going to be 3 to 5% of people in this planet dying over this. It is just like that. Now, you've heard about flattening the curve. So even if you cannot avoid catching it, you can avoid catching it right now. That's going to be helping a great deal in not collapsing the medical structure that's already in place and very far stretched. It's already collapsed. It's not going to be able to cope with all of this. But the more you flatten the curve, as they say, and the less it peaks to a degree where a lot of thousands of people that could have been saved and end up dying, the better. So all of these things, all of these measures do matter. Okay, folks, that's basically it. Just try to stay positive. I'll keep doing this video. I'm thinking about doing a live video this weekend. I'll keep you guys posted, probably maybe tomorrow if I can. I'll let you guys know through a video here and a little message in my Instagram, Fairfall308. Links for all of this stuff gonna be down there below. Have a good day. See you on the next video.